Hey guys, my name's Emma and let's talk spooky stuff. So I'm gonna get real with you for a second. What creeps you out the most in horror movies? I hear people talk about spiders, clowns, creepy dolls, but I can guarantee you if you get scared in horror movies, especially if you get scared easy, creepy kids fucking tops that list. Everyone's scared of a creepy kid. But first, I love Reddit and I'm one of those people who love reading those threads on the creepy things that kids say. So I've got a few to share with you today just to get us in the mood. My 3-year-old daughter stood next to her newborn brother and looked at him for a while and then turned and looked at me and said, "Daddy, it's a monster. We should bury it." So I shouldn't throw him in the fire? 3-year-old daughter holding her baby brother for the first time. And I love this one because it's really weird. We got my little sister a puppy over Christmas break. We waited until she was asleep and then went to pick up the puppy. So the next day when she woke up and when she saw the dog, instead of going all googly-eyed and happy, she said, "My baby, it's not time for you yet," and tried to pick up the dog and shove it in her mouth. So now you're as creeped out as me, let's get into my top 5 creepiest kids in horror. So number 5 is Gabe from Pet Sematary. I'm probably a little biased on this one because Pet Sematary is pretty much my favorite horror of all time. So I always have Gabe in my head. The scene when he's walking around with a scalpel, calling out to his dad, asking him to play with him, that's creepy. It's creepy as fuck. But it gets number 5 because Gabe is only creepy when he gets like reanimated at the end. It's not like he was a creepy kid the whole time, but he was creepy and that was a very creepy scene. Number 4, my homegirl, Samara from The Ring. I love The Ring, you guys know this, but Samara is creepy as fuck. She is so scary and I know that she means well and whatever, she just wants everyone to be happy, but she's literally the spawn of Satan. And you know, if I had a kid like that, she'd probably be living in my barn too. Totally fucked up. And the fact that, obviously in the end, everyone's seen The Ring, I don't have to spoil it like that. The fact that you're not meant to help her and she's not a good person, but let alone a person, she's literally a spawn of Satan. Much like all the other kids in this. Number 3, every kid from Village of the Damned. Are you kidding me? These kids look alike, they look like identical twins, kind of, they look like family, and they can control things with their fucking eyes. The title for this movie is spot on. Village of the Damned, get out of there, what are you doing? And the fact that it's like safety numbers for them, creepy as hell. My number 2 is Isaac from Children of the Corn. In Australia you say Isaac, but I'll say Isaac for the fact I think that's what you guys call him in the movie. Definitely there's some creepy kids in that whole town, but oh my god, Isaac is insane. He is like the Charles Manson of children. He can convince a whole town to kill all of their parents and sacrifice people to his satanic god, he who walks behind the rose. And no guesses who my number 1 is. It is Damien from the Omen. Of course, he's literally the Prince of Darkness. This kid is messed up in all ways. What gives him his number 1 spot is when you think about him compared to anyone on this list, he is the main plot in his story. In The Ring, you've got Samara, but you've got this whole backstory. In Children of the Corn, yeah, they might be the title and creepy as hell, but there's still this god living in their cornfield. For Damien, he's just it. Like, the movie is based on him. He obviously gets my number 1 spot of being creepy as hell, and not today, Satan, not today. So a couple of runners-up that didn't quite make the list for a couple of reasons. We've got Chuckie, obviously he's a doll, so he is not a kid, and he's also like a grown man serial killer, so he does not qualify. We've got Danny from The Shining, which I don't think it's his fault he's creepy, and he isn't the main creep in that film. We got Henry from The Good Son. If you haven't checked out that movie, check it out, it's actually pretty good. If you like a more realistic, messed up kid kind of story, this one's for you. Same with Case 39, which has the girl who is also in Silent Hill, and she's a major creep in both those movies. I don't know if she's meant to be in Silent Hill, but she kind of is. And in Case 39, she's obviously messed up as hell. If you haven't seen that, check that one out too. I really like that movie. And of course we have Regan in The Exorcist, but I don't feel like that's her fault either. She is more possessed by the devil. She is not the devil itself. Anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed this. This is my personal list. Let me know what your personal top 5 is down below. I'd love to hear about it. And stay spooky. I'll talk to you guys later. Ciao. So what makes a good remake? In my eyes, a good remake can be one of either 2 things. One being an interesting interpretation of an original idea, or a way to rewatch a story you love reinvented in a clever or modern way.